Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about buyers' schedules. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 8th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minatoku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anatamo Present no Tachijin. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. And all are available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and even better, thrive in business. I want you to 1, sell more and do it more easily. 2, exceed your targets. In fact, let's blow up your targets. Number 3, make some serious money. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 376. Today we're talking about the buyer is never on your schedule. I'm very active, networking here in Tokyo, scouring high and low for likely buyers of our training solutions. I attend with one purpose: work the room. And as Grant Cardone likes to say, find out who's got my money. I've compressed my pitch down to 10 seconds when I meet a possible buyer at an event. My meishi business card is the tool of choice in this regard. Most people here have English on one side and Japanese on the other. I was like that too, until I got smarter about selling our services. Typically, I would hand over my business card, Dr. Greg Story, President, Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training. The recipient would then ask me, "What do you do?" I realized I needed to have a better organized approach to that frequent question. Knowing that we do better remembering things we hear and see at the same time, I created 2 cards, one for English and one for Japanese. On the front of my card is all the logistical information: title, location, contact details. On the rear of the card is the pitch deck. On that side, I note, we're experts in soft skills training. We've been here in Japan for 61 years and around the world for 112 years, and then we cover 5 main areas: communication, sales, leadership, presentations, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. At this point, I ask them which of these they need the most at their firm, and then I shut up. In 10 seconds, I have them telling me their needs. This opens up the opportunity to visit them after the event and go through what we might be able to do for them. It's not the right occasion to attempt that conversation in a busy networking event. By the way, if they say all of them, I still ask them which one is of the most interest. I need to get them to prioritize, otherwise it's left too vague and the conversation cannot advance. Naturally, I write to them immediately and try and set up the appointment. Most people ghost me and don't reply. I know everyone is busy, so I also know that I have to keep following up until they consent or tell me to buzz off. Those who agree to meet will answer my questions and listen to what we have. At this point, things slow down as they work their way through the labyrinth behind the meeting room wall where their decision-making colleagues sit, out of my sight and touch. They need to reach a consensus internally to do the training and pay the dough. The problem is they're never on my timetable with their decision-making. Don't they know I have a monthly target to hit? Don't they know we need the money now, not later? Aren't they aware we don't like 60-day and 90-day payment terms because that is grossly unfair to the little guy? So often, when we complete a deal, and I look back at that spark of that deal, going from the initial 10-second pitch deck networking event chance encounter to the time of payment, it can be 6 months or more. If you have a cash flow issue in your firm, that is a big problem. Yes, you can discount fees or speed up payment, and you get less, but you get it faster. The better approach is to keep stacking your funnel with deals so that one is slow to fruition or falls over, you are not wiped out. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, and we also have custom in-house programs as well as both in Japanese and English. We do classes in our super safe classroom and we do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 25th and 26th of April, our high impact presentations class. On the 26th of April, our Winning with Relationship Selling program. On the 9th of May, our 3-day version of our Dale Carnegie course. Go to our website at japan-dalecarnegie.co.jp. That's Japan, Japan, hyphen, Dale, D-A-L-E, Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, which is Anata mo Present no Tatsujin in translation. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muni Sunu wa Yamemashou, and all available from Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. And on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Productivity Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. That's Greg, G-R-E-G, .story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Deals falling over is super painful. You spent a ton of time marshalling this payday through their elaborate and baroque system. Everyone is ready to go. Contract is agreed by their legal beagles, and then someone intervenes and scuppers the entire enterprise. That payday may happen or may not happen, but if that is all you have on the go, then you are naked and alone in a harsh world of pain. I'm reminded of watching a show on television when I was a kid. A performer was keeping plates spinning on top of cane sticks. As one would falter, they would leap in and wobble the cane stick to get the plate back to maximum speed. It was always fast-paced and frantic. I'm sure it must have been incredibly stressful for the artist. That is the sales life to me. We are busily spinning the plates to make sure none fall and we get a deal done and get paid. Too many plates and the things start to go awry, or too few plates and you don't get fed. Finding the balance is difficult, but I reckon we should always err on the side of too many deals rather than not enough. We'll always work harder to make the deals happen. There is a contradiction between being so busy we can't prospect and being able to spend a lot of time prospecting but not getting paid yet. This is the plague of coaches and consultants. If they are in fact in the act of coaching or consulting, they are getting paid but are not prospecting. You don't get paid for prospecting, so no earner there while you search for the next client. There's never a balance, and we have to live with that iniquity because that is the sales life. The key is to keep in mind the buyer is never on your timetable. You need to stack the funnel all the time, no matter how busy you become. If you don't, you enter the valley of sales death as the deal flow evaporates and you have no clients on the funnel and therefore no money coming in for months. Keep those plates spinning. You need to be out there finding new clients, prospecting, following up, being ghosted with monotonous regularity, but never giving up is the answer. Ryan Serhant says he keeps following up with potential clients until they die, and he never gives up. Let's be like Grant and find out who has our money, and be like Ryan and never give up chasing them down. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please work on your karma and share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned, go out there and survive. Use it and make some serious money. Bucks, dough, moolah, coin, dosh, lolly, readies, smackers, earners, and bread and honey. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.